Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new series looking at electronics, microcontrollers, and how to make our own robots. I'm very excited for this series. Let's go. So this series is going to be based on the Raspberry Pi Pico. That's going to be our controller unit. But in order to be able to use the Pico, first thing we need is somewhere to run it. And as you can see up on my computer already, I have Thonny. Thonny is a fantastic program. That is going to be where we use the Pico. That's going to be where we write programs for the Pico and connect it and debug it and do everything else that we need to do with our computers and talk to it. Okay, so if you don't have Thonny, what you're going to need to do is come down here to the internet and have a little Google search down here. And this is the Thonny website, and you go down there and download it. Now, it is available for Windows computers, Mac computers, or Linux computers if you are too cool for school. It is not available for Chromebooks, so if you have a Chromebook, don't have a Chromebook. Ask somebody else, see if you can borrow a different computer, or you may need to go and find one. A proper Raspberry Pi is a great solution for this as well. Okay, if you've got a Windows, download this version here on Windows. The installer with 64-bit Python is great. And if you've got a Mac, this one here as well, just the installer there. This may be the first time that you've downloaded and installed the program. That's okay. Once it's in your downloads, double click on it and the installer should take you through exactly what you need to do. Okay, and then you should be able to open it up and find yourself at a place like this. What on earth is going on here? Okay, we have a place up over there. Oop, my hand is disappearing. To write code. We have a place called variables. What's a variable? I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that later. We have this thing down here called the shell. It's got some angry red text in it at the moment. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll talk about that later as well. But importantly, down here, you'll see it says no backend. That's an important point because we'll need to address that soon. But before we do that, we need to talk about the Pico itself. And if we come and take a look over here, here's one I prepared earlier. This is it. This is a Pico W, and we're a little bit out of focus today, and you can see that it has one of these big silver boxes on it. That is the wireless chip. That means that this thing can connect wirelessly to other computers. That means it can connect to the internet, it can connect to your home router, all sorts of really, really cool things. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do with this is we've just taken it freshly out of the box, we've just taken it out of the bag, taken it out of the anti-static little container that they come in, and I have one of these, a USB micro to a USB-C that my computer takes. Maybe yours takes a USB-A, so you can use one of those. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. So we'll plug in that side, and just off screen on my computer over here, I'm just going to plug it in. There we go, and let's see what happens when I do that. And the answer is very little. Very little. Not much happens at all. Whoa, okay, it's decided it's going to go that way today. I wonder if I can just flip that around. The good thing about USB-C is that it's multi-directional. And, oh, we're nearly there. Okay. There we go. Okay, not a lot is happening at all at the moment. And the reason for that is we need to install something directly onto the Raspberry Pi, the Pico, at the moment. So it needs to be able to understand our programs. So what we need to do is install it with the Micropython firmware. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the electronics on here to understand our Python program. So when we say, turn on your LED, it goes, I know what my LED is. I can turn that on for you. Thank you very much. If we didn't do this, it would have no idea, and our programs wouldn't make sense to the Pico. So, luckily, Thonny has us covered. Fantastic. A couple of other ways you can do this that I will may end up showing you later on. But in Thonny, what we can do is we can unplug it. We can find the boot select button right here. Hopefully that is coming up in focus. And I'm just going to go and hold that in. So I have it disconnected right now from my computer. I'm just going to hold that boot select button as I come in and just plug it in off screen. There it goes. Click into my computer there. And now what's going to happen, I'm just going to release that button. Now what's going to happen is it's going to load this up like it's a USB stick. So it's actually going to let us access the memory on the Pico directly rather than installing and running a Python program, which we're going to do later. This is letting us use it just like it's a USB stick. Think of it like that. So what I can do now is I can, come to the right screen and come to Thonny, and I should be able to find the button that says, here we go. Oops, let's just hide that very quickly. My head's in the way. That's the issue. Here it is. Install or update Micropython. Ka pai whawhatai. That is the one that we're after. Let's click that, see what happens. Okay, it's automatically detected where our Micropython is in. Fantastic. Our family is an RPy2, but the Micropython family that we have is an RPy2. Let's just come down here, and this is the one that we want today. Yours might be different, but if you're taking my class, yours will be a Pico W or Pico WH. So let's click on that one and hit install. Okay, now it's installed it, it's sent it down to the Pico, and now it's reverted back to its normal setting. Rather than the boot select option, it's reverted back. And so my Mac is just saying, hey, we've detected a new device. Yours might too. Okay, we have installed Micropython. Now, okay, we should be able to come to our interpreter. And that has been set automatically for us. These settings look slightly different on the Mac that I'm used to. Bang! That's what we're after. I just needed to hit OK. And if you take a look down here, what does it say? With Micropython, Raspberry Pi Pico, board in FS mode, and something USB. Yes! It's seen our board. Excellent. It's seen our board, our Pico. Development board, they're sometimes called. Okay, right. Come back, Pico. Here we go. Our job today, get your onboard LED to blink. Okay, great. We'll hide you again just for a second until you do something interesting. All right, bye-bye. Cool. Okay, let's see if I can do this from memory. I doubt it. I may have to look some stuff up, but that's programming. If you need to Google, that's fine. Okay, we're going to come in here, and I'm going to say from machine import pin with a capital P. Okay, what is that? Basically what that's doing is that's grabbing some other code. Somebody else has figured out how to talk to all the pins on the Pico. They've written a whole bunch of code to allow that to do it. Just, hey, look, I've made it easy. Just import machine and you'll be able to do it all nicely. How kind of them. And we're going to go from time, import sleep. In exactly the same way, somebody else has written some code that says, I know how to get Python to fall asleep for a second. Just use mine. Don't come up with your own. Just import it. Don't import the whole thing either. Just the ability to sleep. You don't need all of the things I've written. You just need sleep. Okay, we're going to make a new variable. What's a variable? It's a little box that we can store something in. We're just going to make it here. LED is going to equal pin, okay. LED equals pin, and we're going to put a little bracket there. Just be very, very careful just copying this in exactly as is. The syntax, the parentheses, the capital letters, the tabbing, the spaces, make sure you just get it exactly as is. Pin, we're going to put a little quotation mark there, just single or double, doesn't matter. LED in capitals, close that out. We're then going to put a comma, and we're going to do pin dot out, I believe like that. Fantastic. Okay, we're now going to do set up an infinite loop because we want this program to happen forever. We want it to blink its LED on and off and on and off until the end of time. How do we do that in Python? We say while true. So Python doesn't have something that says loop forever. What it does is it has loop until something loop until something happens. Loop as long as something is true. But if it's always true, then it's an infinite loop. So while true is true, and true is always true. So therefore, it's infinite. While true, LED, which is our lovely variable from beforehand up here, while our LED, so LED.toggle, lovely little function. If it's off, it'll turn on. If it's on, it'll turn off. This will happen thousands, hundreds of thousands of times a second. We don't want that. We want a little bit of time to happen between each toggle, don't we? So we're going to say sleep, and we're going to give it a number of seconds to sleep. Cool. We should be happy. We should be able to, let's turn our board back on, and back up here, I should be able to hit play. What happens? Look at that. We have written our first Python program on a microcontroller, and it is in fact working. How fantastic. That is all we're going to do for this very first video. We have installed Thonny, we have installed Micropython onto our Raspberry Pi Pico, and we have written a program and got it to work. Just know that currently it's only running temporarily. I believe if you turn it off and on again, this program will actually stop until you get Thonny to run it again. Okay? Ka pai, whawhatai, we'll see you ka kite e hoa.